Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a minute, a lot has happened. I've recorded so many different times, but I guess I just wasn't feeling good about the content that I was creating, and also I was just going through a transitional phase in my life. I'm on this shadow work, healing, spiritual walk of faith, walk with God journey this time in my life, and I definitely am finding more of my purpose, repurposing, and all of that good stuff. So I am just in a grateful moment right now. I'm super grateful of the blessings that God has been pouring over my life, and so grateful for the lessons and the things that I've gone through to get me to this space that I'm in today. So I kind of like wrote some stuff, like just kind of like notes, so it's just like where I've been. Like I said, I've been going through a lot of things that are personal, some things that I want to share, some things that I don't want to share. But recently on September 6th, which was Labor Day, the Monday, I turned 26 years old, and I had a bit of it wasn't really a celebration, because I guess it was a celebration. My friend took me out and we had some drinks. We went to some bars, some restaurants, and I just had a really good time. I hadn't hung out with her like that in so long, and I haven't been out like that, like drinking or bar hopping or different things like that, since maybe like 2 years, since before I was pregnant. And it's been a long time. Maybe like 2 or 3 months ago, it was like before I had COVID, I felt myself like in a space, like a not happy space, and I just kept telling my family like I wasn't happy, this, that, and the third. And it's a bit of a difficult process when people don't really understand how you feel or where you're coming from, because they've never experienced it. So having like anxiety and depression, and you're talking about it with people that really don't understand, it can be frustrating and you can feel very much alone. Yeah, so I was diagnosed with postpartum depression, and I was diagnosed with general anxiety. So I was prescribed antidepressants, and I fought long and hard not to do that. I knew that it's something that I've been dealing with for a long time, but I always put it in the back of my mind, like, I'm not going through it, like this is just a phase, I need to get out of the house, da, da, da. And while all of those things are true, I wasn't getting better no matter what I did. So even if I was getting out of the house, I was just still feeling down, feeling depressed, super anxious, like cannot sleep until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And they prescribed me the antidepressants, which is fluoxetine and hydralazine. And fluoxetine is like supposed to be like for my daytime, to really, I guess, like transition the chemicals in my brain to keep me at a I guess like a happy level. So I think it's serotonin. I think that's the chemical in your brain that regulates your mood. And then hydralazine is what treats anxiety, but it also treats sleep disorder. So I did have insomnia. So like I said, I fought not to do that, because I'm like, this is signing me up to be on it for the rest of my life. I joined these Facebook groups talking about it. A lot of people were saying like they feel better, like they don't have as much anxiety, depression anymore. However, they don't really have emotions, like things that they should be emotional about, whether it's good emotions or sad emotions. They don't have any emotions at all. And I like to it's a blessing and a curse to feel everything, and I'm one of those people that feel everything. I sense everything. I know when it's not right. I can read energy very well from a mile away. That I see every little detail and a change of the way someone treats me or someone's mood. So my mom, she decided, like, Brie, I don't want you to take any medications. Like, it's something that I have to do pretty much for the rest of my life, unless I find a cure to fix, you know, the things that I'm dealing with. So she was recommended ashwagandha, which is a supplement, and I honestly have to say that was the best supplement I could have taken this whole year. Honestly, it has given me my power back, my brain back, my happiness back. And though it's not like a super happy pill, but it makes me feel normal. It makes me feel like I have a bit of normalcy back. Like I feel like myself. And although my life has changed drastically and I can't do all the things that I used to do to get myself back in a better mood, obviously because I have a child and she's very young and very needy, and right now she's taking a nap, but she has been very moody. She's in the teething phase right now. We just got over our little sinus infection, so she is, wow, she's about to be a year. And very much teething, very much active, very much wanting to get into everything. She is still so sweet and so goofy and so lovable. And I can't believe she's about to be a year old in like 2 weeks. It's so crazy that I just had a baby a year ago. And it just seems like time has flown by. And that's another reason why I'm on this journey too, because I struggle with being present in the moment. So I did tell you guys, like when I was in quarantine for having COVID, I did seek a therapist. She's been helping me get through a lot, really realize a lot. I realized that I have abandonment issues and that I choose men that have qualities of my father in hopes of fixing them up and trying to let them see better. I go after emotionally unavailable people that I think are emotionally there, but turns out they're not really. But you know, the beginning stages of a relationship is always rainbows and butterflies, and you don't really see the person's true color until you're going through something. And while as I'm trying to be Captain Save, I tend to neglect myself, and that's something that I have to work through. So right now it's like I am open. I'm so happy to be on this journey because I'm finding my self-worth again. I'm finding love within myself. I'm finding new boundaries that I'm setting, new values that I have. And what's most important to me is to love myself first. And then, you know, whoever God aligns me with will be right there for me. I'm not forcing anything. I'm not forcing relationships. I'm not forcing conversations. I'm not forcing bonds. I'm definitely not forcing relationships or bonds with my daughter because I know the things that I've gone through, and my job as her mother, her number one protector, is to protect her from all things, and that includes protecting her from hurt as much as I can. As much as I can control it, I want to do it. If I can't control it, obviously there's nothing that I can do about it but God. But if I can control certain people being in her life or certain things happening to her to prevent her from being hurt, I will definitely do that. And that's something that I'm doing with myself, creating boundaries with people. And creating boundaries with family is such a not talked about issue. You have to set boundaries. So if someone is doing something and I don't appreciate it or it hurts my feelings, I have to be the one to step up and say, I don't like when you say that. It makes me feel sad. It hurts me, whatever the case may be. Can you try not to say it? Or can you respect my feelings and different things like that? And that is something that us in the Black community, we do have to learn how to set boundaries within family. And if that, you know, if family members can accept that, then you can love from a distance. Coming from a family that, you know, is so up and down when it comes to things, like I have so many family members, which is also a blessing and a curse. And sometimes I feel like I have to people please everybody. And although my natural nature is to be around family, I love being around family, but also sometimes family can be toxic too. Like, family can be toxic, and I'm one of those people that I will shut down without even explaining myself to anyone. And if you're my family and you watch my videos, then you already know how I am. And that's something that I'm getting better at. I'm trying to talk about my problems first before I eventually cut you off. And so far, so good. It's been working. When it comes to like abandonment, something that my therapist brought to my attention, that I was abandoned by my father. He abandoned me I would speak for myself. I can't speak for my siblings. I felt abandoned when situations didn't happen or go through with him and my mom. And I am a product of a divorced family. Parents divorced when I was in middle school, so that was a very tough time in my life. I had kind of like had my first boyfriend. I kind of still wanted my parents to be together, but then also I was watching them have a toxic relationship for many years. 13 years I was watching my parents have a toxic relationship. It took a toll on me. It took a toll on me, and I don't want to get too much into that because it's something that I am learning to heal from. But with me having abandonment issues, which is why when I break up with someone or I'm talking to someone and we kind of like go our separate ways, if I really love that person, to me, I'm gonna always feel like I love that person. I'm gonna always feel like I want to be there for that person if all fails. And sometimes it's not always a good thing because the love might not be reciprocated. I felt like that with my dad. Like, he abandoned us, but that he would come back in our life sporadically and it would be all good for a few moments, but it was never consistent. And I've been dealing with inconsistency from guys for so long, and it's just like, it feels like she brought it to my attention that it's like I'm kind of dating my father. Like, I'm dating guys that has a lot of similarities as my father. However, ultimately the inconsistency is just like my father. And when I tell you that is a process, the hard pill to swallow, when someone is telling you that and then you realize that, and it's like, dang, that's crazy. Enough about that. That's something that I'm working through. I've been doing a lot of shadow work, which is therapy. I've been journaling. I've been spending time with Christ. And me and my brother, we went on a fast like a few weeks ago, and basically it was like only water, only alkaline rich food. In that time, I felt so good, able to open my heart up to God. Me and God have reached a different level in our relationship. I have been dedicating 30 minutes to an hour a couple times a week, having Jesus time. That's listening to a sermon, reflecting. I've also been like journaling, manifesting things. But I'm gonna show you a few clips of just a few things that I've been dealing with, or that I've been going through, what I've been doing and all of that kind of stuff. I haven't been this happy or this calm or collect in a few years, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for this process, and I'm grateful that I was strong enough to admit that I was dealing with depression and anxiety. I was strong enough to admit that I needed help. I needed therapy. I needed someone to talk to. I needed God. I needed to change my life around. I needed to change the way I think, what I listen to, what I speak out of my mouth, all of that good stuff. And it has helped me tremendously. Even with creating boundaries, I feel so good that I've started to create boundaries, and as hard and uncomfortable that it is, it's still so helpful. So I just wanted to talk to you guys, let you guys know what's up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. You're excited to